South Louisiana. We recently went through Hurricane Ida and lost power, and I just realized how unprepared I was for an event like that. We lost all our food in the refrigerator and freezer, and we just really weren't prepared. We had long lines at gas stations for more than a week after, sometimes up to 2 weeks, people waiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours for gas, and food was hard to come by. So in addition to stocking up on more food, decided to buy this generator. So that's what prompted me to make this purchase. Alright, so this is a Champion Inverter generator model 200914. This comes without a wheel kit because they weren't in stock, but I ordered a wheel kit for this one because they weigh about 80 or 90 pounds. So we're going to unbox it here. There are a few things that you need to do when you take these out of the box. Okay, so inside the box, you've got an oil phone. It's nice that it comes with that. Manual. Somewhere in here we've got some oil as well. I'll save it. So it has some oil that comes with it. Takes 10W30. This is a propane connector, and I'm thinking that maybe this other item probably has to do with that as well. Which I'm going to save all that. I don't plan on using propane, but it's nice to have if I ever need it. And then it comes with this little has 2 USBs on it. If you need that, you can plug that in to one of the spots there. The 12 volt. So it comes with that. Alright, so before you add oil, has a little sticker right here. It says remove spacers before adding oil or gasoline. So we're just gonna tip it over. You want to tip it back this way. You look down this way and see those 2 orange pieces there and there. Those are the spacers, I guess, that we're talking about. Okay, guess that on the first one. It's a 8mm. Okay. That one out. That one came out a lot easier. Alright, so this holds 18.6 ounces of oil, and this is 0.6 liters, which is about 20.2, 20.3 ounces. So it's got just a little more than we need. So we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it so that we don't overfill. So this is where our oil is going to go. It's nice that they have that funnel because you got to put it in at this angle. Get me in this. Okay, so the oil has a little foil cap on it, so I have to be prepared to rip that off. The bag that it comes in, I just cut up the cardboard so everything would fit in the trash can and everything. So I just kind of use that plastic cover to hold everything. You don't need. Alright, let's see what we can do. Yep, this is, you can just pour the whole bottle in, you don't have to worry about it. The only thing left is to put some gas in it, and then in the instructions it lets you know that once you get a good shot from this angle, this is what most people are going to want to see. You can kind of give them a little close-up of that if you want. The break-in period you need to do with this oil is to run it for 5 hours with a load. You don't want to run it with nothing, so you're going to want to plug some things into it. And throughout that 5-hour period, you're supposed to adjust the load and not max it out. So aim for somewhere around half load or a little bit less or something, and just fluctuate it. And then after that 5 hours, the oil needs to be changed just to a break-in period. And then once you change that oil, and I would recommend using the 10W30 synthetic oil, whatever brand you like, and that would be good for 100 hours of runtime. So it's either 50 or 100. I think it's 100, which would be 4 days of running a generator all the time. So it's starting to rain here. I'm going to put a little gas in it and arrange for a test of the 5 hours soon, and we'll put that on the video when we do it. So I'll wait and post this video till we do all that. So okay, it says this will run 22 hours, I believe, on 4 gallons of gas. It's one of the advantages of the open frame generator. It's still an inverter generator. It's only 4 decibels louder than the other kind that's quite a bit more expensive, and it'll hold 4 gallons of gas instead of 2.5. So it's rated at a 22-hour runtime at I think a 50% load. So I'm not wanting to fill this up with gas right now, but I'll probably put at least a gallon in it. I guess I don't. Got a little fuel gauge here if you want to come up and video this. That's a fuel gauge right there. What I want to try today is just try to start it, and where we can see this here. Okay, so this is our choke. So to choke to start, it's over there. To unchoke, it'd be over here. And there's a setting halfway, so So we're going to put the choke on. This is a propane symbol if you're using propane. This is off. This is to shut your fuel off. That's so that you can run the gas out of the carburetor and leave it empty. So like if you turn it all the way over here to start it, but then if you wanted to stop it, you would turn it here first, wait till it stopped on its own, because it's going to stop the fuel supply, and it'll run out of gas quickly and stop, and then you go to there. So that's kind of the procedure. So we're going to go ahead and go to there. We're going to give it a pull. I got the choke in the middle right now, trying to turn the choke. I'm going to leave the choke on for a little bit. So it started on the first pull, so that's impressive. Okay, come on over here again. Okay, so I want to stop it. So I'm going to shut the fuel off. It's going to stop on its own now. It's going to run the carburetor out of fuel. That took a lot longer than I anticipated to run a carburetor out of fuel. But the reason that's important is so the carburetor doesn't get gummed up, so you don't have to take it apart to clean it out. The other thing that's key with these is to use ethanol-free fuel if you have it available. If you don't, there's some Stable 360 additive you can use that will help out. Also, I use stable storage with all the fuel so that it'll stay good for a very long time. I want to point something out that I misread. So it started on the first pull, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't take the choke all the way off, but I was backwards. It started on the first pull without the choke. I was misreading this because it's got the choke on this side and the no choke over here, but it's got arrows, so it's totally confusing. I don't know why they just didn't put this symbol over here and this one over here. So just to clarify, you got three positions. You got over here, which is no choke. That'd be your run position. If you need the choke to start it, it's all the way over there. And then if you need it in the middle, it's a click in the middle. So for example, if you can start it with no choke on the first pull, that's great. If you can't, you might just give it one pull with the choke and then put it in the middle to start it, and then when it's ready to run on its own, you put it over there. So since it started on the first pull without the choke, I don't think I'm going to probably need the choke, so I'm going to leave it over there. And at least I know it runs well. I learned something about the carburetor. I had no idea it would run that long, and it's sort of bad watching it run out of fuel and sputter, but that's the way to clean that carburetor. So the main maintenance items are to change the oil every, I believe it's 100 hours after you do the first 5 hours. So we're going to do the 5-hour break-in at some point. And I believe this is your oil drain right here, I'm pretty sure. So at least it's gonna, if you set it up on something like this, you could probably guide that into something. So I'll probably use this for oil changes, and or we'll see how yeah, probably set it up on something similar. And then spark plug, I believe, is here. Pretty sure. Spark plugs probably every year. Oil change every 100 hours of use. With synthetic, and then this is your reusable foam air filter. And for this, I just bought some Lucas foam filter lubricant, so you can clean this with detergent and then you can oil that, and it feels dry. I would have thought it would have been pre-oiled, but I may end up doing that as well because it does feel kind of dry. So that's it for now. Alright, this is a portable generator cover, Champion C90011. And so this is just if you decide you want to cover it up when it's in storage. So it's kind of a model that fits a few sizes. So I like that it's not hard to put on, it's not super tight. And then you can cinch it up. Right here's one point, and I don't know if there's any others. Just that one. Just that one side there, you kind of tighten it up if you want. We just have it on this wheeled cart right now because I'm waiting on my wheel kit to arrive, which will make it easier to transport. So just wanted to show you the cover there. I'll put links to everything in the description, links to the generator, links to the cover, links to the wheel kit. So. Been doing the 5-hour break-in period today. Running a refrigerator, television, floor fan. It's got 5 hours on it now. We're going to go ahead and shut it down and alright, so we have ran our generator for the 5-hour break-in period. So now we're going to change out that oil that came with it, as it says to do in the operation manual. So we have this elevated enough to put a oil drain pan underneath, and then I've got this cardboard here because it looked to me like the oil probably would hit this frame. I'm not positive about that, but it looks like it might. So I'm just using this cardboard to keep it off the frame, and that's a oil drain pan underneath. That's a 10mm socket that we're going to use to drain the oil. I just ran the engine a little bit. Hello. Okay. Just ran the engine a little bit to warm it up again. I'm gonna have to set this down to loosen that. I'm a popular dog over here. Okay, so we have this broke loose, and now we're just gonna take it off. Okay. Just gonna let that drain. Okay, so our oil has stopped draining. We'll go ahead and put our drain bolt back in. Alright, I'm gonna clean out the pan and the cardboard and then just snug it up a little bit with the wrench. Okay, so now that we've snugged up our drain bolt, it's time to add new oil. It says it takes 18.6 ounces approximately. It comes with this nice funnel here, and then I have measured out just a little over that. You need to use 10W30. I'd recommend your favorite brand of synthetic. I went ahead and invested in this gallon of AMSOIL, which is probably the best you can get. And since you don't need a lot for small engines, I can use this on my lawnmower, my pressure washer, and this. So just that 1 gallon is going to last me a while. Just changing them once a year. And my lawnmower and pressure washer only take 12 ounces. This takes about 18.6. So we're just going to add some oil, make sure we're at the right level on the dipstick, and then we'll be done with the oil change. I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down so I can use 2 hands. Alright, so it says 18.6 ounces. I put in right about 0.6 quarts and never did overflow, but that's closer to 20 ounces. So I just left it at that, and that's ready to go now. So that's the oil change. Okay, I want to try to save you from making the same mistake I made. So if you look on Amazon and other places, even the Champion website, and look for the RV plugs where you can make use of this 30 amp plug, these will come up, and this one is number 48034, but it has a plug that looks like that, and it does not work. It is not compatible. Champion, the technical person I spoke to on the phone, said they do not actually make a plug that fits this one, but it's called a TT-30P. TT-30P. It is still an RV plug. It's 30 amp, 125 volts, but it's shaped different. So I'll put a link into the description about one that I found that actually works, and there's a bunch of them if you search TT-30P. But evidently most of the Champions must have used to have had this kind, and then this is a different kind. So didn't want you to make the same mistake I made. What it allows you to do for home use is use that plug on your generator, but then go into your home with regular outlets. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll show it to you when I get the right one in, but didn't want you to make the same mistake I made. So this generator has 2 household outlets and one 30 amp 125 volt RV outlet, and the cords that are currently for sale from Champion when I make this video, none of them fit this plug. It's called a TT-30P, and I'll put a link to this cord that I bought in the description. And the cord looks like that. And so it's different than a lot of the ones that you see where it's got the ground wire and it's got these two slanted plugs. And so they're gonna plug in here, and then you can also run two regular ones. So I'm just gonna try it out to make sure that I'm getting power out of all of them. Alright, so the wheel kit for our generator arrived today. It's Champion model 40065, and it's supposed to give us a handle and wheels for this so that we don't have to keep it on this cart that it's been on while we've been messing with it. So we're going to install that today. So opening the kit. Installation manual. These are two different handles. It's like this one is what they're calling handle 1 with this little bracket right here. That's what they're calling handle 2. This is a support leg. Okay, so this didn't arrive in time, so we've already got our generator going. They say to have all the oil and fuel drained for this, so we're not going to do that. This might be a little more challenging for me because I can't tip it over like they want me to. So I'm just going to do the best we can like this. See these tabs right here? This is what the wheel is going to go in. So let's go ahead and try one over here. So you're going to take it like that and put this in here and lift this up. Well, don't even have to lift it up on this cart. I just got to get this pin in there. So I just push the pin in. Alright, that's that wheel. I'm going to take this wheel, put it in that way. Same thing on this side. Put my pin in. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got our wheels on, and now we're putting on what they call the support leg, which is this right here. So if you come around back here opposite the wheel, there's a support bar right here, this metal bar, and underneath of it you can tell that there's a couple of raised portions here. So underneath you're gonna find these rubber plugs right here that just pull off, and that's where we're gonna mount this. So these are gonna go right on there, and then we're gonna put the nuts on there, and the nuts are a 13 millimeter. So I'm gonna grab those. So the bolts that came with it take a 12 millimeter, and the nuts take a 13 millimeter. Okay. All right. So that's on. Install the handle. So we said this was handle 1. So this is handle 1. Let's get a better look at that. Handle 2. Okay. Okay, handle 2 goes inside the handle mounting bracket with rubber grip pointing away from the muffler into place. So this one makes use of the roll pin and the locking clip right here, back by this thing right here has a hole in it going all the way through. So this handle is gonna sit in there like that, and I'm just trying to make sure I have it orientated the right way. Shows this part of this pin up, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then this pin, you can tell those aren't quite lined up. Okay, you can twist this to make those holes line up. So I want to put the hole through all these, just kind of see if they'll line up for you. Almost. Let's see. This one isn't quite, being a little difficult. Trying to get the other side lined up. There's really not a lot of moving you can do once There we go. All right, Ed. Okay. I'll put this pin in. Put the round side out so you don't scratch anything. All right. Okay. All right. So we should be done. The only thing we didn't do is put our wheel caps on. These are just decorative. So just pop these on right here. And then anyway, we're going to remove, I guess this was handle one. This is the one I'm going to take off, the one with the metal bracket. Because this second handle is the one that's going to work with your wheels to make it easy to move around. So we're going to take this other style handle off. Maybe it depends on what model generator you have, because this wheel kit is good for 28 to 4800 watts, and some of them might have a different frame design. So either way, we're going to keep this one and get rid of this one with the bracket on it. They do sell a model like this that includes wheels. They just didn't have it available when I ordered this one, so went ahead and bought the wheel kit. So put my handle side out. Make that the front. All right. That's it.